So whenever we worked over by like I-35 and 71, kind of at the intersection right there, and those kind of warehouses behind there. Yeah. On Fridays, we would go to the Trudy's that used to be right on the other side of I-35 past Stastny. Okay. So if you go to take Stastny to I-35, there's that movie theater and off Little Texas, and right there, the building's still there. It used to be a Trudy's. And I don't know if you know what Trudy's is.
So
the
Tex-Mex place.
Yeah, it's a Tex-Mex place, and they had Mexican martinis.
Yo, dude, yes,
right.
First place I ever had a Mexican martini was at Trudy's.
Okay, good. Yeah. So we would have one of those, maybe.
It's just a martini with beans in it.
Yeah. A couple times
Mexican jumping martini.
A couple times we had two. And then we would get back from our lunch break, and the whole rest of Friday would just be like, wow.
Yeah, we should do that every other Thursday. Yeah. Donnie, you want to come to the next Gentleman's Cocktail afternoon? Gentleman's Cocktail.
Where did you guys go last week?
Just Vinny's.
Yeah. Vincent's is not. It's not okay. We have to call it Vinny's. It's not a Vincent's. It's
such a piece of shit. If you're gonna have a dartboard, you can't call it Vincent's.
Can't call it Vincent's. Yeah. This is not an upscale nice place.
They took room away from that establishment to put more bar out into the middle of the room. They're like, this place doesn't have enough bar.
We're gonna extend the
Every
bar
other bar has a long, skinny bar down the
side and around.
They're like, no, we need more alcoholics.
Oh man, yeah.
Per square foot in here.
That was good though. It was nice. Like I got a decent buzz on. Josh was very metered because he had actual shit to do. Yeah. So he kind of kept it real and had a beer.
I didn't have anything to talk about in therapy because I told you all of it.
Did you get to run jokes?
It was I got to therapy. I was I already bitched about my wife for an hour.
You did
a second ago with Chris.
You just switched it up. Yeah. Instead of using therapy for therapy and using me for running jokes, you used me for therapy.
I can't run material on you if we're not recording. That's not fair.
That's true. Yeah. Save it. That's why everything has to be super serious.
But I would say that from what you've described, at least 40% of your therapy sessions are you running material on your therapist, right?
He gave me a really cool plant, an adenium. So my wife loves it because I come home with potted plants that she's never seen before. He's like a plant nerd. But yeah, it's just mostly good for going and sitting on a couch and talking for an hour. You don't get to do that otherwise. There's no other way.
No, yeah.
You're without seeming selfish. You have to call it something.
Right.
For your family. Otherwise,
Right, yeah.
I mean, we're doing it now.
Yeah. This is
it has to be for something. There's no way we'd be allowed to sit on a couch and talk for an hour for fun.
No. Yeah. There has to be some something.
We're improving ourselves right now, currently. Yeah. Happy April 4th, everyone. It's Irish Music Heritage Day. I don't know if you've heard the song Sunday morning, April 4th.
No.
Shot rings out in the Memphis sky. The U2 song?
No, I'm not.
In the name of love.
Oh, is that the song?
Yeah.
In the Memphis sky. You know how he says, in the Memphis sky.
I have basically done my best to ignore anything Bono has said since
It took an Irish guy to remind us of the killing of Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ireland.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thanks, Irish Folk Music Heritage Day, April 4th.
Oh, man.
This is a diverse group, though. We've got a guy from the West Coast. We got a guy from Texas. We got a guy from the East Coast.
That's right. Yeah.
This is plenty of. I think we're Sweet Baby certified. We're sweet babies.
We're sweet babies.
Of course. Yeah. So sorry, it's the Godawful Gospel Hour. Chris is back. 2 weeks ago, he said he had to run and go find Eclipse classes for his family, and we haven't seen him since. He just burst in the door with 4 Eclipse classes.
I'm back, guys.
Yeah.
And he went to get cigarettes.
That was my version of going to get cigarettes. Yeah. So what's going to happen for this fucking eclipse? 500,000 people came here, and it's going to be thunderstorms.
Yeah.
It's going to be cloudy.
It's going to be great.
It's going to get slightly darker under the clouds for a minute and a half.
And people watch. In Uvalde, because there's a field full of people in Uvalde waiting for this thing. I'm sure my wife is going to make me put everybody in the car and drive away from the clouds and see if we can find a clear spot. We're going to be chasing the Doppler twister.
I wouldn't drive anywhere that day. Have you seen the signs on I-35 that say "Don't park here"?
Yeah,
too many idiots.
And all the text dot signs are like eclipse. Plan your day, plan your spot. Don't just be what I was actually going to do. I was just going to get in my car and drive until I got to the place where the eclipse will be the longest, and then just pull over. And
retarded. They let retarded people drive. Yeah. You can be retarded and drive.
Yeah. Well,
I was just at Dan's.
Was there
the hamburger joint?
Yeah.
Yeah, by radio.
So you pull out and then you just add a light.
Yeah.
Yes. So after you go to the drive-through.
Yes. I've experienced this, yeah.
The rule at anything like that where there's like a merging lane, like it's not a straight the lane to come out of Dan's is curved into the roadway.
Like a zipper merge kind
implies
of thing.
zipper.
Yeah.
This lady left a gap, so I pulled out in front of her and she honked. And I was like, "Hey, twat."
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out. I was trying to make a zipper motion with my fingers.
Yeah.
There's no hand motion for zipper, so I was just like, "Fuck you, bitch." Yeah. Like, you left a spot. There's a guy in front of you. I'm the next piece of the zipper. What's wrong with you?
I've had this idea. Please laugh at this and ridicule me for this, but I've had this idea where you have like a kind of like a, one of those like ticker tape stock kind of screens on your car. It's magnetic and it just like sticks to your car and it's like that long.
Yeah.
And you can like in your phone, you could like say a message into it and then it'll show it on the back of the car. So you could have been like, "Hey twat, it's zipper merge," and it would just come up and be like, "Hey twat, it's zipper merge."
Well, women don't listen to podcasts, but if her husband does, you need to give that lady a little St. Patty's Day celebration to the face, if you know what I mean.
Chris, we're gonna need you to murder your wife so that we can then talk about it on the podcast and get women to listen.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If we turn this into a murder podcast, lots of chicks will be into it.
Imagine a podcast where the murderer is on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That would be the biggest murder podcast of all time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I like that idea. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Does dudes' dicks go crazy when their wife dies, like the opposite? Like women, when their husband dies, their pussy goes crazy? Oh my God, I'm on a 4-day Viagra. My wife died. I'm so hard. I'm just using it as a divining rod to find pussy.
Last week on like Tuesday, Kristen's like, "Hey, by the way, I'm going out on Friday night with boop boop," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." So she goes out and she comes home and she's like, "Oh man, so much crazy shit happened." And I'm like, "Okay, well, tell me one crazy thing." And she's like, "Well, beep boop's boyfriend."
I'm already exhausted before you even start the story. Emotionally and mentally,
dude,
the load.
The whole time she was out, I'm like, "What the fuck is gonna happen? Like, something's gonna happen, And so she comes home and she's like, "Yeah, so apparently, whose boyfriend was like before you go out with Kristen, there's certain things that you need to know," and gave her like list of topics to like talk about, list of topics to avoid. And of course she comes into the thing and she's like, "Hey, guess what? Dipshit gave me this whole list and I wrote it all down so that me and you could talk."
You dumb fuck.
Oh man. Is it just because he's known her that long?
Yeah, I guess I find it hysterical that this dude is telling her what they can and cannot talk about it. Like, they're not going to ridicule him immediately for doing that. Also, like, she's just not the kind of person who's going to be like talked to like that.
It's OCD behavior.
Yeah.
And then they're always going to say it's involuntary, and I can't,
Right.
I didn't mean it like that.
Right.
Yeah. I was just kidding. Yeah, I'm just kidding when I slap you. It's just a joke. My palm. We went to Vulcan last night and saw Heath.
Yeah, how was that?
Oh, the Lemaire Lee, the producer of the Matt and Shane Secret podcast, closed out the show. And we didn't know that. So there's a little bit of a big celebrity there, surprise ending guest.
Nice.
That was pretty cool.
Nice.
We thought Heath was going to, he said he had 5 minutes up front, and he just got a normal set with everybody else. So we were kind of going to leave because they took our phones.
Yeah, they did the whole Dave Chappelle thing to us, and we sit down, and there's a girl, attractive woman, playing guitar, like as a warm-up or whatever.
She would have been attractive if she was silent.
Yeah.
Take that guitar away. That takes off 2 points.
She had what I call the thought voice, the soulful white girl voice.
Yeah.
She had that husky whatever kind of sound. And we sat down. Our phones are locked up. I turn to Josh. I go, "Was this really necessary
for this crew?" Yeah.
And then this chick singing, and I'm like, I again turn to Josh and go, "Congratulations, you sound like every other white woman singer."
Yeah.
So we had to sit there and listen. I mean, it would have been perfect. I could have ignored her pretty well just by looking at my phone.
Right.
But our phones were locked up.
We went early to fuck with Heath because he had to bark for time. So he was supposed to be out front going, "Hey, comedy."
Right.
On the street. And we were going to go mess with him. Or like go, "Oh, yes, sir. That sounds great. We'd love to see some comedy." Make it look like he did a good job barking or whatever.
Yeah.
But he had already gone in and they switched out barkers. And it was another guy who went up later. Again, I'm not going to do that for stage time. That's retarded.
No, it feels...
I'm too old and too married and too fully employed time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get a shock collar on my balls. I'm not going to go in a dunk tank. I didn't even want to do that thing where the people were heckling me the whole time with the microphones. I was like, what the fuck is this now? No.
Oh, the what's it called?
Banana phone.
Banana phone.
But then my friend showed up. So we went in early because she wanted us to get to seats, my friend from work. And then she kept buying me birthday shots. So all day long I've been feeling these lemon drops right in here. Right? Lodged right behind. That's where lemon drops go. They drop behind your eyeball.
Hey, is it your birthday?
Sunday.
Okay. All right. Did I tell you about the dude at work who... Did I already tell you about the coworker who...
Showed me on the dolly where he touched you.
Who hit on me? Okay.
Yes, at the hotel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He quit, by the way. Yeah.
Because you didn't give him any bussy.
Because I'm so... Dude,
Fuck his place. He didn't feel good and he went home.
I
don't feel good. I'm horny. I gotta go home. The boss won't give me any bussy.
This guy wouldn't play with it. I'm out of here.
Now, I was thinking maybe that you went to HR on him. You... with the sexual harassment.
I mean, if there was an HR to go to, I may have done that. You know.
Did you hear Nathan's story about getting tricked into sucking dick?
Yeah, I did.
So I told Kojak.
That's not getting tricked, though. That's not getting tricked.
I told Kojak that, and he was like, he didn't get tricked. He got convinced.
Yeah, exactly.
By conversation.
I was like so ready for that. I'm like, okay, I gotta hear how this dude got tricked into this.
What's the trick?
Yeah,
there was no trick.
What's the trick? He basically is like, well, how do you know? Okay, I guess I'm sucking some dick.
Doesn't it also say a lot of things that he says that he got tricked? Yeah. And then whenever he gives you the story, that might be part of the joke, actually.
Yeah, he got tricked into fake kidnapping a lady at the airport. He's getting tricked a lot.
Yeah. I have to listen to I'm only like halfway through it. It's good. He's funny dude.
So the Mart by my work is next to ACC, and they play 80s music. So I was in there singing along because it was what a feeling, and I love that song.
Yeah,
because it sounds like she's saying, "Take your pants off."
Yeah.
Take your pants off.
Yeah. What is the line?
Take your passion, make it
happen.
Take your passion. But it was all ACC students in there, and I'm just like mouthing the words as I shop.
Yeah.
And this girl keeps watching me. This little 19-year-old, hopefully, God, please.
Please.
I'm thinking ACC, I'm good to flirt. She goes, "How do you know all the words to these songs?" And I was like, "Aerobics." And she was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "You just double olded me."
Dude.
You don't know what this song is, and you don't know what aerobics are. That's how I know all these songs with my mom. I had to sit with my mom at aerobics.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Do you feel bad for yourself when you have a hangover? I don't.
I feel bad for yourself, like self-pity.
Yeah, like I feel bad. It's not my fault that I got drunk last night. Like,
I want my wife to be my like hangover wet nurse, and when she's not sympathetic, I'm like, "Fuck this! I do this for you. I take care of you when you're hungover."
Oh my god, dude! The double standard here is so crazy. The times that Kristen's got like really fucked up, and I've been like, just like,
stay in bed. I'll go get tacos.
Yeah, what
just
do you
don't
need?
Put panties on. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Trade you a taco for a taco.
And then I get drunk, and she's like, "You do this to yourself." It's like, "Oh, thank you very much."
God, women are so mean. Everybody's wives are so mean. All my, not just present company, but every single dude I know who is married, and especially the ones who've been married for 15 years or more, their wives are so mean to them.
They don't have to be nice anymore when they get married. I did the same. I'm a lot meaner than I've been married.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also not seeing how mean they are to them.
Fuck the world. Don't ask me for shit.
You get her on here, she'll tell you how mean I am, too.
But I told her that this was happening tonight, and she was like, "You didn't put it on the calendar. In the kitchen, there's like a paper calendar." I was like, "We have a shared calendar on the phone.
Yeah.
You have the same calendar as me.
Right.
I don't live at the house like you.
Right.
I don't touch the fucking paper kitchen calendar. That's not my calendar. That's your calendar. If I tell you something, you fucking write it on there.
Right.
That's administrative housework.
Right.
I don't have to get
that's your
kneel
job.
on the floor and write on your calendar." It's on your phone. When I put it in my phone, it's on your phone. Welcome to the fucking 2019.
Yeah.
When did it start?
You're like, I am going to tell jokes about eating ass tonight, okay? That's what I'm doing. I'm out of here.
So she was fucking with me about the calendar, and I was at the store singing 80s and getting a titty Gatorade. And then I just picked up my phone and opened the calendar and opened up Sunday, April 7th, and put Tony Hawk. I'm not writing it on the I'm not at home. And then I wanted to text her and be like, "Did you not? You need me to attach this JPEG of the calendar and text you an image of this?"
Do you have any of these sorts of chicks in your life? The ones who are like, they used to be really hot and they think that they still carry that.
Yeah, big tits energy.
Yeah,
it's not there anymore.
Yeah, but they still do it. They still like think that they're interesting.
Oh, my sister?
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude, we had this neighbor.
Was born into the darkness. Merely adopted.
We had this neighbor, Stacy, and she's like probably 51, 52, and you can tell that Stacy
she aged out
at 21, probably at 31 was
nobody likes you anymore, Demi Moore.
Right, but
she's skinhead now.
But she's still talking like she's carrying that around, like she's still good looking enough to tell a story. For like,
it's like the opposite of fake it till you make it. She made it, and now she has to fake it.
Right.
Make it till you have to then fake it because you can't make it anymore.
It's the inverse. It's you made it, and now you're fading.
I have an aunt that was that. My dad's sister. She was just absolutely beautiful in high school when they were in high school, and all the way until she was. I mean, she's still good looking. She's 60, but she's still pretty in shape and good looking and all that. Of course, in a small town in Texas in the 70s, that means that you get pregnant when you're 15.
Right.
But one of the last times I saw her, it was me and her husband and her, and she said, "You know, it's weird how much different the attention I used to get is from now, and how men just kind of don't notice me anymore." And I go, "We call that the wall."
Yeah.
It's reversed with guys. We're dumb and awkward and weird looking when we're young,
right.
And then we get sophisticated and hot, and it sucks because then we're too smart to fuck our lives up.
Right.
Like, if I was distinguished looking when I was 20, I would probably not be this old now. I would die already.
Right.
From bad choices.
Yeah.
From getting what you're not supposed to give young men whatever they want.
No.
It's the Corey Feldman maneuver.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I respect dudes like Leonardo DiCaprio even more. I mean, like, look at him now. Yeah.
Oh no, he's totally figured it
Dude,
out.
he loves the world. He recycles. Every 26 years, he recycles another woman. He's into recycling.
But I don't know any guy who was like really savvy in like I know guys who were getting a lot of pussy in high school, and they're fucked up now.
Yeah.
They're super fucked up now.
Pussy brats.
Yeah.
This lady was frazzled in traffic in front of me. I dropped my kid off at Cowan, and she came up to the stop sign in front of me, and then like turned left in front of somebody, and there was this awkward moment, and then she had to stop and back up because she fucked up. I'm assuming this is a woman at this point. She's 2 cars in front of me. It's a pretty safe assumption. She does all these weird moves. Her car rocks around. So she's a fat woman because she's getting mad and moving around, and the whole car looks like it's about to fucking roll over like a Jeep going up a mountain. She goes up to the next stop sign, does like an aggressive U-turn, and comes back towards me. I'm turning left where she was trying to.
Yeah.
And she comes back and goes behind me. So I already know this woman's frazzled. And I used to have a job for 5 years where I drove like an asshole for a living.
Yeah.
Because I was just riding around looking for shit to fix.
Right.
And it like on the clock.
Yeah.
So there's no rush.
Yeah. Right. Traffic is now like, just the Matrix code.
This lady's behind me, and I could probably make her like have a fucking stroke right now. Because I know she's mad, and I just watched her almost roll her car over with frustration. So I was like, came up to the next stop sign, and I was like, not a big rush. Don't got to get my daughter to school for 20 minutes, and it's 5 minutes away. Let's look left, look right, 100% safety rating. And I look in the rearview mirror, and sure enough, it's a big old fat woman gesticulating wildly. You fucking go! And I was like, I don't have to go. I'm stopping. I'm doing everything normal.
Yeah.
But because she was pissed, now everyone else has to be pissed.
Everyone else has to operate on her schedule because she's pissed.
Yeah. And then I picked up my daughter, and I take her through Longview to go to Brody. You know where you creep through Longview over here? There's like a shortcut that goes through the park. Okay. It comes out across Brody from her school.
Okay.
So usually you come to this T intersection and it's busy traffic backed up from the HEB light, and somebody will leave you a gap so you can go through.
Right.
To go through and turn left.
Yeah.
The lady pulled right in front of me and didn't leave a gap like you're supposed to.
Right.
Like when there's a side street and there's traffic, you leave a gap.
Right. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
So I'm with my daughter and I'm like, look who blocked us. And she was like, shut up, Dad. And I was like, I didn't say anything.
Right.
It's an Asian woman. She's driving wrong.
His daughter has eyes. You know,
she goes, stop, Dad, stop. And I'm like, I didn't do any of this.
Yeah.
I didn't make her Asian.
Yeah.
I didn't make her fuck this up.
Right.
I haven't said anything about any of it. I'm asking you to tell me what's happening here. And she's like, I'm not going to do it. And I was like, I won't either then if you don't want me to. I'm just saying, I want you to use your powers of observation.
Yeah.
And let me know what you think is happening here.
Yeah.
What usually happens when we get to this intersection every morning, usually someone leaves a gap.
Yeah.
Today,
this person,
something's different.
Yeah.
Yesterday at lunch, I did my lunch walk around the Domain.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know if you've been to the Domain much, but there's a couple spots where traffic can drive
No black
through.
people got kicked out of their house for the Domain.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We're not gentrifying anybody over there. But yeah, there's a couple spots where cars can drive through the stores.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like there's a couple streets.
Yeah.
And I was walking across one of them, and there was a car that just did not stop as I was walking across the street. And it was just, the timing was just right to where the car passed in front of me before I would have gotten in front of it. So they passed me very close, and I looked at the driver, and the driver looked at me, and it was an Asian girl.
Nice.
And our eyes met, and I turned into like a Mr. Grinch smile. like you know, whenever his smile gets all big.
You're a foul one.
And she knew exactly why I was smiling. I could see it on her face. She knew. I knew.
Yeah.
We knew what the situation was here. Yeah.
Your
110-foot pole.
your grin got wide. Her eyes got slantier.
She was like, "You fucking asshole."
I saw her.
Her eyes shrank 3 sizes that day.
Do you think it was whenever any of the Beatles first got into some shit play, some shiza?
69.
You think it was 69?
No.
How soon do you think they got into some really, really dirty shit with these
whenever they
these
left
girls?
England and started touring Germany, there's a
Real-
lot of pictures of them fucked up in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's German girls with bob haircuts in the background, like sitting,
Like-
cock level,
Right.
like ready.
Right. No, and also like no one wants any like butt play with an English chick, you know, like
It's too much gravy.
it's
It's a lot of gravy.
the amount of like fried food in their diet, it's just like not going to be good, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
probably once I don't know. I mean, what, like,
Because eventually it had to start getting boring, right? And so like, oh, we got to do this thing then. If you know, maybe finger up the bum. How soon do you think they got to the finger up the ass? You know, it's like, just think about how much they were getting.
They
right?
were never private island rich.
well, I mean, you think
You
of
gotta get a private island. That's how you know
yeah,
you're really rich.
right, yeah. I mean, you hear these stories about Hefner, right? Like how Hefner couldn't get off unless, you know, he's watching gay porn and he's got like 3 chicks and
Waiting in the closet for Pius to cool.
Yeah. Like,
Who was the first NDA? Who was the first person that was like, you have to sign something?
the first guy who made chicks sign an NDA.
Yeah,
Probably Hefner. I don't know.
it's on record. It's
Like-
paperwork
Like
somewhere.
not Genghis Khan, right? He just he like fucked indiscriminately.
So we've all seen Poor Things.
Yeah,
Poor Things is basically I'm a baby, I'm a whore, I'm a slut, and now I'm a doctor.
yeah.
It's like the woman fantasy.
But you got to, because my daddy was a doctor.
Yeah, because my daddy, and now I get to be a doctor.
Right.
But I think the movie's named after the girls who think that's a good life path.
Yeah.
It's poor things.
Poor
You shouldn't
poor things.
watch this and think that this is a good way to do stuff.
Yeah.
And of course she became a doctor because she had gonosyphilis by the end. She was whoring in Lisbon, Paris, Greece, Alexandria.
Yeah.
She was slutting it up all over the world, and it was never addressed.
I mean, as soon as you start whoring it up, like south of France, like in those dirty countries, like
especially in the Terry Gilliam universe of like weird flying things, extra weird diseases, extra flying monkey diseases.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I hear what the hair lady was saying. It is a little bit like precarious that like this child is like wanting to get fucked all the time. You know, this person with the child's brain was wanting
to
get
fucked. It's a pedo fantasy like Luc Besson with Fifth Element.
But
he has the brain of a child, and you can take advantage of that.
Yeah.
But they say at the beginning of the movie, and I think that maybe your hair stylist didn't catch
Stylist
this.
is very generous. Like she gave me this weird Hitler thing. Like I don't know what's going on here, but
okay. White male, I'm going to give you a haircut. I'm going to show you what you really are. Watching Poor Things. Yeah. She probably just watched Poor Things and she was mad at men.
She was.
Why would you be mad at men from that movie? Men didn't do anything wrong. She whored around the world and got to be a doctor.
She's whoring around the world.
The patriarchy gave her to be a doctor. Everybody should be sucking our dicks after watching that fucking movie. You're welcome.
But at the patriarchy. At the beginning of the movie, he says her brain is maturing rapidly.
Yeah.
So at each point, like whenever she goes off with what's his name, that was like her going to college, right?
Yeah.
That was like she's turning 18 right there, you know.
Right.
But and then by the end of it, she is girl boss.
Right. Every dude in that movie is a cuck. They're all getting cucked. Her original husband, Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Like there's no. It's the reverse Bechdel test of movies.
Yeah.
That's why I think I might have said it whenever we were talking about it, but like I kind of don't agree with the central theme of the movie, which in my opinion it was, the default state of all women is girl boss, and it's only men that ruin that for them.
Right. Yeah.
And so if a man doesn't ruin, that's what you turn in. You like have your own empire or whatever.
Yeah.
But I like Josh's a lot more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go be a slut. Yeah. And then I'm gonna be a doctor because of daddy.
So the next god-awful movie mandate is going to be Civil War if you want to go.
What's Civil War?
The new Alex Garland movie about the America's falling apart.
Yeah.
With Kirsten Dunst.
Nick Offerman's the president.
Oh, man.
But that's the whole thing. It's like literally we are the resistance in this room because it's Texas teaming up with California for some reason.
And I'm Nick Offerman.
That makes sense.
I'm DC. I'm the president.
Yeah.
They were saying, Heath was saying it doesn't make sense that Texas and California would team up, but they've been interco-mingling for a number of decades.
Well, yeah.
Y'all keep moving here, and then people keep leaving here and going there.
We've been inseminating each other.
I think Texas has gotten expensive enough where people are like, you know what? I bet I can afford to live in Malibu.
Yeah.
On these prices. I've been in Austin for a decade. These are basically Malibu prices. Might as well live at the damn beach.
I'll tell you what,
I'm going to do a reverse Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott's from like Laguna Beach or something.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, but he's like, I'm a Texan.
I'm a country
Jeff
boy.
Bridges, same thing. Jeff Bridges is from like Santa Monica. But now he's a cowboy in every single movie. He talks like this. Every single movie he's in.
I do. There are certain things I really miss about being out there. One, actually, you reminded me with the Jeff Bridges thing. He's a photographer, and he takes photos on all of his movie sets.
Yeah.
And in Santa Monica, Bergamot Station, they have this big like art thing, and it was all Jeff Bridges pictures from all the movies that he's done. And there's all these behind the scenes shots of like everything.
Yeah.
But especially of the Big Lebowski.
Oh, right.
And they're just it's fucking awesome.
So when we were at Vinny's, they were playing Baywatch.
For
some reason.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Like old school 90s Baywatch.
And Chris kept watching the TV like a bad date watching the football game. And I'm trying to talk to him, and he keeps being like wandering off. I'm like, what's going on, buddy? And he was like, I worked at that water park. They made a Baywatch episode with like, and he was the maintenance man, and it was all this drama in like the room with all the pipes. And he was like, I worked on those fucking pipes.
Really?
Yeah.
Because all the Baywatch was filmed in like Mountain View or whatever. Where you're from?
Orange County.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really weird. Sorry, I was way too fixated on what was happening on the TV.
I'm trying to spend time with you.
Between the tits and the water park, which I was employed. Man, I did a lot of dumb shit at that water park, by the way. Like,
hell yeah. Apparently, you caused a big problem, and Pamela Anderson had to fix it with her boobs. I'm gonna fix it with my tits. So there was no traffic on Monday, and I was very happy driving to work. No. But I was wondering why. And I was wondering maybe if something bad happened to someone to make there be no more traffic. And I was thinking about praying to the Lord that the same bad thing would happen to the same person tomorrow.
Yeah.
For me to have no traffic. I was like, Lord, whatever horrible thing befell someone who died, a child maybe died.
Yeah.
Please kill another baby so I can have no traffic tomorrow.
like that bus that flipped a few weeks ago. Like if like 40 kids have to die in a bus flipping for me to get 5 minutes off my commute, like I have time to grab tacos. I'm totally fine with that.
Fuck yeah. I wasn't able to get tacos because all these kids are alive.
That was a joke that I was doing in 2011 on stage. And then
Sandy Hook.
It was basically like every time I run into traffic, I'm like, I just hope somebody died.
Oh yeah.
And then we went and saw Louis C.K. at ACL Live, and he did almost that joke about like hoping that traffic means that somebody died, kind of that kind of general idea. And I was like, oh, I got to stop doing that one now. Dude, now I'm ripping off Louis.
Dude, I had the same thing with a Louis joke.
Really?
So at Blizzard, they gave us this suitcase.
It means we're all very smart.
I mean, that's the way I took it, but then I also can't use the goddamn joke anymore.
Yeah, right.
So they gave us this suitcase as like a gift, and it says World of Warcraft on it. And my daughter, when she was like 7 or 8, loved the suitcase. Every time she went to Grandma's house, she would take the suitcase with her. So she went and spent the week at Grandma's house to go to like this summer camp or like a summer day camp and stuff. And she comes back. And I'm going up to San Francisco, so I grab the suitcase, and I put all my shit in it, and I get to my hotel room in San Francisco. I'm taking all my shit out of it, and there's like 7 pair of little girl panties in there. And I'm like, oh God, like, oh my God, like, what do I do with this shit? Like, what do I do? And so I'm like, okay, just
imagine the hotel maid coming in and finding 7 pairs of girls' panties stuffed in the trash can, and you're like, she knows there's only a man there.
You're wrapped up in a sheet like Train Spotting, and you fought over the sheet, and they all flew everywhere like Spud's shit. You're like, that's not mine, I promise.
No, I wash sheets. I wash sheets. Senor, I wash sheets. No, you take these. Yeah.
So I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm like, okay, just put it back in the suitcase. No one's gonna look in your suitcase. Just bring them home. No. So anyway, I'm at a Louis C.K. show a while back, and he's like, yeah. So I grabbed the suitcase and I get to the place. I open it up, and there's all these pair of my daughter's panties, and I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And so he took it one step further. He's like, what if someone sees me like burning them out front or like stuffing them in the trash? Oh, Louis C.K. stuffing little girls' panties in the trash can out in front of a hotel.
How can you not performatively get rid of these somewhere?
Right.
Anyone knowing?
Right.
What you have to do is you have to like put them in your pants and kind of just let them out the bottom of your pant cuffs, like how Andy Dufresne does it in the Shawshank Redemption when he's digging out his wall. Yeah, that's how you have to do it.
Yeah,
you have to make somebody your bitch.
Yeah,
hold these panties. You're my bitch now.
I'll cut the panties up into little pieces, put them in my pant leg. That is not a psychopath.
Turn them into confetti
at all.
Yeah, right.
So the restrooms at my work are so quiet that you can hear the guy behind you, but next to you. Behind you, my bad.
Oh, you can hear the guy behind you, huh?
Coming, yeah.
What does he do?
You can hear the guy next to you wiping.
Wow, that's not good. You know.
Oh, God.
Like
It's
that
that scrape
quiet.
of the
Yeah. So then you
The
get
pH
self-conscious,
scrape,
like, is he listening to me wipe? And does he think that I wiped enough?
Right.
Am I going to see him? Does he know my shoes?
Right.
Is he going to see me at my desk and be like, that guy didn't wipe?
Yeah.
But then this guy did the same thing I was talking about with the Final Fantasy health thing.
Uh-huh.
He came in the bathroom. I sniffed, cleared my throat, so he knew somebody was in there.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the toilet. He went to the urinal and started peeing and went,
Oh.
a couple times. And so I sniffed again and like made loud noises with the toilet paper thing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there is someone else in here. You
Yeah.
can't have sex with your penis right now.
No. Yeah.
Stop passionately pissing.
This is a jerk-off free zone when I'm...
No, he was totally peeing. I mean, there was a full stream coming out. He was just really enjoying it. And I was like, you don't need me to know how much you love going pee-pee.
Yeah.
It was like the beginning of window liquor.
I feel self-conscious even like kind of doing a little shake if there's other
That's
people.
normal.
And that's normal.
Yeah.
Not wanting other men to know about your penis is normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so maybe the dude had like a prostate issue, and he was just having so much relief. You never know.
Yeah, he may have a prostate issue, and he was pissing, and he had a finger up his ass, and he was like, he was hitting his prostate.
I don't care what you do. Keep your fucking mouth shut. You can hear me wiping my anus, so I can definitely hear you joy pissing.
Dude, I can't shit in public anymore because I've got so used to the bidet.
Yeah, hell
Oh yeah.
That like I'm so used to the bidet that I honestly like the
Your
thought.
butt slut.
Yeah,
For the bidet.
dude, the thought of wiping my
I'm a
ass.
fancy Frenchman now. I'm a faggot for the bidet.
Hey, I've never accidentally been tricked into sucking dick. Okay, so.
Somebody stole that.
I keep
joke.
thinking about the tricked thing. I'm like that has got to be that's like related to our surprised.
So
it's
you
like-
are what you eat. Just
It's
because
like
you are
tricked
a
is pretty much as bad as being surprised, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Just
Yeah.
because you are a trick doesn't mean you got tricked. You got tricked out. Is what happened.
Look, man, if you want to suck some dick, that's totally fine. Like, yeah. Suck all the dick you want.
Don't
But
make a whole fake deception story. The guy just had a conversation with you, and it was totally
It's
cool.
like obviously it's that chick that wrote the article about Aziz Ansari was definitely he tricked me.
yeah.
That was the whole vibe behind the
Right.
Aziz Ansari story.
I fell my face on his cock. Oops.
Yeah, right.
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 Right. Yeah.
This guy, Will Robinson, Texas evangelical pastor William Robinson, has been sentenced to only 10 years of probation for raping a 9-year-old family member over the course of 7 years.
Where's this at?
Corpus Christi.
Okay.
Nationally appointed home missionary, Texas A&M University of Corpus Christi. And everybody in the comments was like, starting at 9 years old for 7 years. Raping a 9-year-old for 7 years. So did he start when it was 9? Or start when he was 2? 9 to 16 or 2 to 9?
I mean, both of those are really, 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 really bad.
One is a little worse than the other.
One's definitely worse, but I feel like the
Which one is worse though? Because you're more aware from 9 to 16.
That's true.
Yeah.
At 2, you're just like, what's happening?
I think,
My diaper
this is
changed.
definitely one of those situations where it's totally okay to just both sides of the issue.
yeah.
We're in the middle of the road.
9 to 16 or
Yeah, or 2 to 9.
Yeah.
So I posted this picture on Twitter and put Aggie suck because he's the Texas A&M University missionary.
Oh.
But somebody Maxually'd me and said, actually, he's Texas A&M University of Corpus Christi, so that would make him an Islander. And I was like, whatever. I'm from Austin. Aggie suck is funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see,
And also, it's all Texas A&M.
It's all Texas
I see
A&M.
If it
A&M, I
says
think
Texas
Aggies.
A&M, it's
Yeah.
Texas A&M.
Texas Agricultural.
Yeah.
A&M is Aggie.
Oh my God! So, do you have a good idea of what Texas college sports and college rivalries are like?
I mean, I feel like I definitely have probably the most base level of it.
Yeah.
I do know a little bit also about the Tech UT rivalry.
yeah.
Obviously the A&M
Right.
and UT rivalry.
So, A&M are the most pathetic, retarded fan base of any sports team in the world.
What's theirs?
They're the
mascot's like
biggest
a frog?
fucking faggots.
Look, dude.
about their team. It's so dumb. They're so stupid.
I have a girlfriend my 7th grade girlfriend that I'm friends with on Facebook. Okay, 7th, whatever that fucking means.
Your girlfriend who's in 7th grade?
My
that you talk to on Facebook? Jesus Christ.
From 7 to 9 or from 2 to
2
7?
to 7.
This might be a different, our murder podcast. This
no.
might be a pedophile.
The girl when I was in
Pedcast.
7th grade that I dated, who was also in 7th grade, is my friend on Facebook, and she's an Aggie.
Oh yeah.
And dude,
Faggy.
it's fucking absolutely absurd.
The rivalry
the
is
shit that she
it's
says.
retarded. This is the capital of Texas.
Yeah.
We have the Longhorns.
Yeah.
We've been winning for a long time. We got fucking Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
It's like the Redskins versus the Cowboys.
Yeah, right.
Like the Redskins are dumb.
Right.
We bitched out and changed our name for political correctness.
Right.
And the Dallas Cowboys are the goddamn Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, it's America's team, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's part of what is so awesome about
College
the
Station
A&M.
is a dumb little town in the middle of nowhere.
Right. That's what's so awesome about the A&M
David and
rivalry.
Goliath.
Is that they think that their rivalry with UT, us, well, because I'm a UT fan, obviously, they think that it is the most important rivalry in all of college sports, or just sports in general.
Right. Nothing's ever
the most
happen.
important rivalry that has ever existed.
Yeah.
And we are like, we call them our little brother.
Yeah.
That's basically what, that's how it goes. You know?
Come here, you little faggot.
Yeah.
I had this when my sister went to college at UC Davis, which is Northern California. We grew up in Southern California. And I went up to visit her in the dorms, and we're hanging out with her friends, and all of her friends are like, Southern California takes all of Northern California's water. Southern California, blah, blah, blah. And they're just saying all this shit. And I'm like, I've literally never thought about you ever.
Right.
I didn't even know this was a thing that people do.
We have Los Angeles and Mexico. Fuck off. What do you have?
Yeah,
Canada and San Francisco?
Right.
You're gay.
Have you ever seen a donkey show on a Tuesday night? Like, fuck you.
Fuck off. We have the best zoo down here.
Yeah, we have San Diego.
We have Legoland.
Malibu.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Legoland.
We have fucking Disneyland. We have Legoland. We have Catalina Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Shall I go on?
Right. What the fuck do you have in San Francisco?
Fucking mamas and the papas. All the leaves are brown and the sky's gray, and there's a big old fat one, and she chokes on a ham sandwich.
Circle jerks.
That's what you guys
Red Hot
have.
Chili Peppers. Jane's Addiction.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Oh, you have a bunch of cocksucking faggots. Okay.
Cool.
We're done. We're done here.
There's a red bridge. Awesome.
Oh, Harvey Milk. That's what you have.
Right on.
Oh, cool. Harvey Milk. Okay. Yeah.
Harvey Milk,
you
my
win.
cock tip. So there's a Trump Bible. Came out just in time for Easter.
Oh, that's nice.
Not
Yeah, did you see that? That was one of his new things he's selling as a Bible.
$60.
$60.
He's on TV selling Bibles.
And it has hymns in it written by Lee Greenwood.
Nice.
And I'm proud to be an American. Yeah, that guy. It's
Give me a
so-
hard on singing that song, Donnie.
It's so Walmart, dude. Everything about Trump is Walmart. It's McDonald's. Yeah. It is like it's the people on the scooters in Wall-E, man.
Yeah.
So much about is that, yeah.
Not to be outdone, there's now a Biden Bible. There's no string, so you can't remember your place. It's already full of contradictions, so it continues to be full of contradictions, just like Biden.
He wrote it when he was a young man, so it's actually older than the real Bible. Like,
it's actually Biden's diary from when he was 5. I can't remember where I was. I guess I'll just start from right here. So we saw Hannibal Buress here at the F1 track when they first did the Moon Tower Fest. Yeah. He had a really funny bit about Michael Vick, about like that he got canceled for dog fighting, and they were going to take away his Super Bowl rings and trophies. Right. Yeah. And he was like, just because he did a dog fight doesn't mean he didn't score those touchdowns.
Right.
So I was thinking about that with Bill Cosby. Because when I was little, I learned that black people could be doctors and go to college from Bill Cosby.
That's right.
So just because he raped a bunch of women, does that mean black people can't be doctors anymore? Do we have to go take all that away?
No, is it
retroactive like Michael Vick? I have to unlearn everything I learned when I was little.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And he was yelling at Hannibal Buress and Chris Rock to pull their pants up while he's like taking girls' pants off while they're asleep. This guy has a problem with pants.
Oh, man.
There's a Texas pastor, Josh Howerton. Dude's named Josh Rock from Texas, by the way.
Another pastor story.
He got in trouble in Dallas. He runs a Dallas area megachurch, and he told women on your wedding night to do what your husband tells you to do.
You know what? I think I've seen the light.
I think he has a scripture reference with this also.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's wives, to do what your husband tells you in the bed,
in the Lord,
and then go to the cave when you get your period.
Shut up.
Yeah. Man, that's thousands of years of experience. I'm really starting to come around on this.
Remember when there was one set of footprints? That's when I was carrying my wife to the cave.
To the cave.
Shut up.
That should be... You should write that footprints thing. Yeah.
I got another one-liner. My wife fell in love with her gynecologist. I call it love on the speculum. I was hearing this. Did you guys watch the Nickelodeon documentary about the pedophilia?
I just read the headlines.
I watched the trailer and I was like, I don't care about this. I didn't watch these shows enough to care about it.
I started watching it, but I couldn't finish. I just couldn't.
Oh man!
I yelled at my coworker for talking to me about work outside of work hours. So I was like, I can't. Don't Instagram chat me about work related things off the clock. Yeah. They pay me to deal with this bullshit during a certain time. Right. if it was awesome here, I would talk about it all night.
Yeah.
Or if we were servers waiting tables, you go party together and talk about that one table while you're drinking.
Right.
That's okay.
But nothing interesting's happening here.
Do not fucking IG message me about like someone at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't pay me enough to even think about this shit.
Yeah.
My whole philosophy for work is that it's fake.
Right.
Like, this is not even real.
Right. Yeah.
I just do this so I can eat food.
Right.
But I don't care what happens at work. If someone's rude, I'm like, yeah, I'm being paid right now. That's fine. I'm a whore.
Go ahead and be rude.
Yeah, I'm sucking cock for money, basically.
I had this coworker, Hector Wong. He was a extremely autistic sort of
Mexican Chinese guy.
Yeah, extremely kind of autistic dude. Very, very bright guy. And one day after work, we're walking out to our cars.
A cheener.
And he's got a jinker.
How safe can we be?
Yeah.
And we're walking out to the car, and he like corners me, and he's like just basically like talking at me, like. And then this thing happened, and then this thing happened, and it's like, yeah, I was there. I witnessed all of it, and none of it's exciting or worth talking about. But you know, he's got me cornered.
He had to like download onto you.
Yeah. And he's doing his thing, and this other guy walks out who we work with, and he's like, "Hey guys, work's over. Go home."
Yeah.
And
time.
That guy was right. He was right as fuck. And Hector turns around and he's like, maybe I'll come in tomorrow with a shotgun and shoot you in the head. I'm like,
whatever, cheener.
Dude.
Episode title, The Autistic Cheener.
There's an argument with Marvel about representation and who's being represented with what. And like it was about you were talking about the Silver Surfer is now a girl, which is fine if she's got titties.
Silver Surfer is going to be the girl from Ozark.
Yeah.
Ruth.
Oh, Ruth, yeah.
The blonde girl. Who's an excellent actress. She's an amazing actress.
They're making it. Your company, the Overwatch people, are making a Marvel game now. And Galactus is a girl.
Really?
This is your fault somehow because of the Bill Cosby room. You did this.
Yeah. You gave them the ammo.
But I don't think anyone deserves to be represented in anything. And maybe this is white entitlement. It's just such a shitty, dumb thing to cry about.
You privileged piece of shit.
Like, it's a fake world that's made up.
I was listening to something today where someone was like, basically like, the only people who actually give a shit about any of this conflict are extremely privileged people.
Yeah.
And
Spider-Man cares about it. Wolverine's upset.
I mean, yeah.
All the fake people are really mad.
All the fake
Professor
people.
Charles Xavier is very upset.
All of my fucking Maslow's hierarchy of needs are met up to the point where I can get mad because a comic book movie is bad.
Right.
I mean, and I'm on that side. I'm on the side of people who get mad because a comic book movie is bad. But I'm like, yeah, I don't have to worry about where I'm going to get my next meal.
Right.
I'm like, that really puts into perspective like how dumb all this stuff is.
Right.
But they still shouldn't make Silver Surfer a girl. I'm sorry. Silver Surfer should be a dude. Yeah. The character that this woman is based on. They say she was in like 5 pages of one issue, and it was a temporary thing that like another character got made the Silver Surfer, and then they kill her immediately.
What if the girls...
but now they can say, well, it was actually in the comics. It's from the comics. That's like what the Disney people can say. It's like that doesn't mean it's good because the comics have been bad for a long time.
What if the girl Silver Surfer has one arm, or she's played by the one-armed surfer girl that got bit by the shark?
Yeah, I actually think
she deserves representation. You get a silver nub.
Yeah, right.
I was talking about getting a hand job from a 40-year-old when I was 27, and that she had Skeletor fingers, and I was scared.
Yeah.
But then I realized that woman is someone I know. She's a nurse. She's a hard worker. So she has working hands.
She had working people's hands.
My wife is 47 now, and she has nice hands.
Right.
She doesn't have Skeletor fingers. I've been complaining about my wife not working for 15 years, but I forgot about one of the nice benefits. Is getting a hand job from a lady.
Dainty princess. What's this
princess's
look like
name
mine.
in
Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah.
That's like who I would think. The Sleeping Beauty princess.
Yeah.
Elora or something?
Is that I don't know.
Yeah. She the dainty Elora from Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah. If you start dating girls your age, you're going to get some meat hooks on you. That's why Poor Things had to get an STD test because she was fucking that dude with a rusty hook hand.
Yeah.
That's why she had to become a doctor.
The weird-looking Frenchman smoking a pipe.
I gotta solve this
that
rusty
lasted about last about 2.5 seconds. That was such a goofy scene.
That was
the first
really
guy.
weird. Yeah,
he just lasts 2 seconds and he's done.
Again, they're all cucks. There are no non-cuck dudes in that movie.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling is in trouble again for Scottish DEI shit. Apparently, you can go to jail for saying rude things in Scotland now, like Canada. But her name is J.K. She's been just kidding.
Yeah, she's been J.K.
She can
forever.
hashtag satire her
Hey,
entire life.
You really got to go do some mics because these are good.
J.K. Lowell Rowling. I was just kidding.
Rowling, yeah.
Oh, this podcast is brought to you by ManSafe Reverse Rape Whistle. It comes in orange and camouflage. If you feel you're being or about to be accused of rape, pull out your handy ManSafe Reverse Rape Whistle so everyone around knows that you're not raping anyone right now. Protect your finances, protect your reputation, protect your family and your life by equipping yourself in your pocket with ManSafe Reverse Rape Whistle. It attaches to you an app on your phone, so it'll take a screenshot of everyone around you, so everyone knows you're not raping anyone all the time. Men need to be made to feel safe. And you can't walk around anymore without being accused of rape all the time. So make sure you keep your handy-dandy, man-safe, reverse rape whistle in your pocket.
So kind of like my magnetic sign where you can say things and it shows it on the back of the car. Here's another invention. Maybe it's integrated with the man-safe anti-rape whistle. Mm-hmm. It's like a sleeve that you put on your dick, and it'll tell you if you're hard or not. And then if someone accuses you of rape, you just automatically flash your phone and you're like,
I have the history of my penis.
I have the history.
I have my penis's history right here. Would you like to see my penis's history?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's called Receipt Dropper. That's the name of the app.
I got my porn.
RCPT is what it's called. Receipt.
Yeah.
So you can drop the receipt.
So you can drop
on,
the receipt
on the accusations.
Yeah. And that'd be pretty badass if you could airdrop it to them. You're like, hey, you know what? Here, look. Boom.
I've got my
Done.
porn history. It's all MILFs, no
it's all-
pedo shit.
Yeah,
you can pull that up.
It's all normal shit, man. Just all straight white American male kind of stuff. All right?
Missionary, Mormons.
Man-safe rape whistle. Prices subject to change. I was raped in the mall by my uncle when I was 11. Subject not to. Offer not valid in Minnesota or Vermont.
Break.
The Senate certainly can bring about a censure resolution, and it's a slap on the wrist. It's a bad boy, Bill Clinton. You're a naughty boy. The American people already know that Bill Clinton is a bad boy, a naughty boy. I'm going to speak out for the citizens of my state who, in the majority, think that Bill Clinton is probably even a nasty, bad, naughty boy.
Are we ready to talk about Diddy?
We kind of have to.
We have to talk about Diddy.
It's kind of a thing. That's kind of a big deal.
So Mace became a preacher after Diddy diddled him. That was Diddy's first little boy toy. Remember Mace?
Yeah.
Bad Boy?
Yeah.
They had a song called Bad Boys.
Yeah.
The label was Bad Boy Entertainment.
Yeah.
We should have known
What was going on? Yeah.
who was the baddest boy of them all. But my mom worked for a company called Prison Fellowship, which is a bunch of guys that hit rock bottom in prison and became Christians. And there was a missionary company that goes to those people and takes advantage of them at their weakened state.
Yeah.
Says, don't you think you should worship the Lord since you're at rock bottom right now and you have no other options? That's why there's churches in jail and people read the whole Bible.
Right.
And that's what happened to Mace. And he was murder Mace for a long time, and then after whatever happened with Diddy, he became a preacher now. Right. So he kind of prison fellowshipped himself out of that situation. But Diddy was always a glorified Flavor Flav to me. He was a hype man.
Yeah, I never thought that Diddy was really the talented one in any of the collabs.
No, he's just going yeah. It's like when you stick your finger in a girl's ass and make her make a dolphin noise.
Yeah, and all he did was take. All he really did was take songs that already existed and make really dumb covers of them, like that stupid Biggie song that every step you take.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. It was hits from the 80s and make them sound so crazy.
Yeah.
But now Kanye's in trouble because he has a college, and he made everyone watch the Batman movie muted. There's allegations today of abnormal behavior from Kanye, which is fine. It's a college, so at least they're of age.
You're right.
At least it's 18 plus.
Yeah.
That's not bad boy. That's bad man behavior.
Wait. Kanye has a college?
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is been a whole
Donda
thing.
Academy.
Donda Academy.
He started an
Named after his
academy
mother.
and brought, I guess, kids
I
from
don't
the
know what
ghetto
they're-
out there and tried to basically have his own private school. But think of what Kanye West's version of a school would be,
I don't
and
think
it's
they have any.
exactly what the stories are coming out of it are exactly what you think that Kanye West's version of a private
Jews
school
101.
Yeah. I don't think they have any accreditation certification. You
Yeah,
can't
right.
like transfer as a junior to another college if you started Kanye Donda. You're fucked. You're a freshman all over.
It's
again.
one step above Trinity.
Yeah.
right.
Same thing that happened to me when I went to Liberty and tried to go to another school.
Oh,
They're like, that's
Liberty,
a fake school.
Liberty, sorry. Yeah.
You have to be a freshman again because it's not a real school. I was in the elevator and I smelled pussy cover-up smell. You know what that is?
no, that's not
The
good.
rose water that
Yeah.
grandmas have, like
The-
grandma's bathroom smell.
Right, yeah.
Old lady perfume.
Yeah.
So I worked
Yeah.
with a lady when I was 20 that had that on all day long, and she was a big, fat, nasty Boston-looking type of
Boston broad, yeah.
pockmarks.
Yeah.
And so I smelled her disgusting vagina also,
Oh.
and because some days she had enough on, and some days she didn't have enough on or didn't shower.
Yeah.
So it was like it really filled the room. I mean, it really brought down the energy in the room. It was like a bad comedy open mic. Like, this is really bringing down killing the energy in the room. So now when I smell that rose water smell, because your olfactory glands are the best at memory, it just triggers in me bad fish pussy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jiro dreams of
That's fucking gross.
So
Yeah.
I was stuck in the elevator and I was like,
Josh is just a big Pavlov dog.
Yeah,
That's what he is. I mean, he is associated pussy with old lady, which now, obviously.
rose water, yeah.
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 If I smell that perfume, I think of nasty
Nasty
vagina.
puss, yeah.
But I was going from the first floor to the fourth floor, and I was like, Lord, if this elevator gets stuck, I'm going to be stuck in here with this
Stuck in the
bad
puss-
smell.
You're stuck in the fucking puss
I was
elevator.
dead. There's, the other thing that they do in comedy that's I'm not excited to try, that a lot of people are doing, is a naked roast.
Yeah. I'm
with
like,
shot
no,
collar.
I'm not going to do
If you
that.
bomb,
Stavros has done it. Stavros loves to do that. Like, he's
if I bomb, my penis is going to go into my kidneys.
Right.
Like,
Right.
and then everyone's going to laugh. Then I'll stop bombing.
Yeah.
Because everybody will be like, I've never seen that dick shrink that fast before. This guy is freak of nature.
You should just take
It
a Viagra.
moved.
Just
Not
take
sure-
a Viagra beforehand.
Not
Just
sure
have
if
a
you can
boner
turn
the
that
whole
into a
time.
touring career. Or like,
Yeah. that becomes.
You might have to quit your job if you were going to be that kind of comedian. That might be your full-time gig.
Imagine it turns into like a Burt Kreischer thing where every time you get on stage, you have to get naked after that. It's
Yeah,
like,
right.
It's like your shtick. It's
Yeah.
like, not only am I taking off my shirt, I'm taking off my pants and my underwear too.
Yes, it's also a magic act. I make my penis disappear. Yeah.
That'd be cool if the girl from Poor Things had to act like a baby slut in every movie from now on. Pigeonhole herself into that. This guy at the bar across the street, it's a Mexican restaurant for my work. Looks like a cool bartender. He's got a skinhead, big beard, tattoos.
One of those, yeah.
He's just stuck at a strip mall bar because he makes money there because
Right.
it's surrounded by office buildings.
Yeah.
So he looks like a downtown bar guy, but he's a strip mall bar guy.
Yeah.
He seems cool, so I always try to fuck with him because I'm on my lunch break and I'm bored.
Yeah.
And he was taking a phone order. I paid him $15 for chips yesterday. Like, all I wanted was chips. I had everything else upstairs. I had salsa, ground beef, cheese, all the stuff. I was like, I just needed some chips.
Yeah.
I was hoping they would hook me up, but then I went down there and I was like, "Can I get some chips?" And he was like, "Do you want chips and queso?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You want big, large queso or small queso?" He cool guyed me into like spending too much money because I just didn't even want salsa or queso or anything.
Yeah.
He was like, "You want a queso? You want a big queso?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, brother!
Yeah.
I'm cool."
Yeah.
And then he gave me the check, and it was 9 something, and I only had a 20, so I paid him with a 20, and he gave me back 2 5s, so I had to tip him a 5, so I paid him $15 for chips, and then it took forever. He was like, "It should be pretty quick," and I'm sitting at the bar watching the kitchen, like, come on, does somebody scoop some fucking chips I mean, they gave me 2 bags of chips and a huge thing of queso, and it lasted me 2 days. So that's pretty good. Lunch for 2 days. I had ground beef.
It's still $15.
Yeah, it was insane.
You can buy a lot of fucking lunch meat for $15.
But then I got to watch him.
You can make a lot of your own queso for $15. You can make
a lot of your own queso.
But then I got to watch him take a phone order at the bar. So like the phone rings and the bartender has to get it. So guy, tattoo guy has to be like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. It's loud in here. Did you say Pico? I'm like, you fucking sell out. And then I heard him go, you want a puffy taco? You want chicken? Shrimp? I've never heard that before. You want a shrimp puffy taco? Okay. And I was like, okay, here we go. So then he hangs up the phone and I'm like, shrimp puffy taco. That's what I call when I dick slap my slutty wife in the pussy with it. And he was like, that's unfortunate. He was trying to be like a professional with me. And I was like, I'm trying to fuck with you.
Yeah.
You're making me wait for chips for $15.
Right. Well, first you upsell me. You cool guy upsell me. Yeah. And then I tell a joke and you're the fucking professional.
Yeah,
like,
what do you want me to do with shrimp puffy tacos? Right. There's so much there.
Yeah.
I got to do something with it. So Jonathan Majors is getting sentenced on April 8th.
Who's that?
Jonathan Majors is Kang the Conqueror from the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
He's
what did he do?
He ran away from a girl. All he did was run away. The only thing they have footage of is of her hitting him with something and him running away. It's like Johnny Depp all over again. He didn't do anything. He was set to be the new Thanos.
He beat
because he's black. They took it away.
He was found guilty of beating his girlfriend, domestic abuse, and a lot of other people have come forward saying, yeah, he's a violent asshole. So basically, he's getting how much did he get sentenced to?
He's getting sentenced on April 8th.
Or how much is he?
During the eclipse. During when the bright light of justice gets encompassed by the dark black guy. It's the eclipse of justice for Kang the Conqueror.
Man, there's never been a stronger metaphor.
Yeah.
What if his testimony was just all Sean Connery quotes? Sometimes she says something and she needs to be.
Slop.
Because women go from 0 to furious so fast, way faster than is okay for us.
Yeah,
we're not allowed to get mad that fast.
Yeah. Right.
Like they're immediately
Yeah.
That's why they call cars she.
Right.
When they have look at her, she'll go from 0 to 60. And that's too fast, too furious. You got too furious, too fast, lady. Calm down.
I'll tell you this right now. I've got mad a bunch of times. Only one person in this thing has ever got hit, or pinched, or kicked.
We've heard. It is a matter of record on the Godawful Gospel Hour.
Yeah.
Where the abuse is being received. In which direction?
In which direction? Yeah. She looks so sweet too, right? She looks so unassuming. Like, oh, she couldn't hurt a fly. But
this lady posted this text exchange with her she put soon to be ex-husband, where she was like, I forgot to take my medication. I need to take it and lie down. I feel miserable. And he was like, you want to fuck? And she was like, I can't believe you would say something like that to me right now with the way I'm feeling. And then she was like, he thinks that if we have sex, everything will be better. I'm like, everything will probably be better for him.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Actually, probably everything will be better.
Yeah. Endorphins.
I found this a bunch of times, actually.
Fuck it out.
Yeah. You gotta actually, and I hate to say it like this, but I actually think that this is what's wrong with kids today. Like, when we were kids,
the Republicans and Democrats need to just fuck.
When we were kids,
make some dumb babies.
Yeah,
true.
We were banging.
We were,
and the kids now aren't banging.
No, because we're too sex positive. Our parents told us not to fuck.
Yeah,
and now we're like whatever, and the kids are like, ew, gross.
Yeah, my son the other day he was asking me. He was like, I told him a story, and he's like, okay, so it's a very quick story. So me and this girl were fucking around. I was 14. She was 13. She was from Hawaii. She had just moved to Southern California.
She had sex with a 13-year-old. You're disgusting.
She wrote this letter home.
At some point, you were 18 and she was 17.
That's true.
And now
that's
you're
true.
the bad guy.
That's true.
Now you're Jonathan Majors. And
that's
the
true.
eclipse is going to get you.
No, the eclipse of justice. And she writes this letter home to a friend and details all the shit that happens. Her mom finds the goddamn
Dear
letter.
Penthouse.
Yeah. Penthouse letters, right? So her mom finds the letter before she sticks it in the mail and brings it over to my mom. And walks to the door and puts the letter in my mom's face and says, read this. And my mom, And I'm like standing like 20 feet behind my mom on the staircase.
Like, I'm retarded. I can't read. Leave me alone.
My mom's
You're not being inclusive.
And she looks at the woman and goes, even if your whore daughter wanted to do all this stuff,
she'll be a doctor someday. Maybe if she whores around Portugal enough, she can take her father's practice.
He would have
London.
no idea what to do. And so anyway, I told my son that, and he's like, wait. He's like, you were doing that kind of stuff when you were 14?
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it wasn't elegant. It wasn't pretty. Yeah. It wasn't like I knew what I was doing.
It was like bowling. You're sticking your fingers and stuff.
Yeah.
Seeing what happens.
And so I was like, well, what do you think about that? He's like, I don't know. He's like, honestly, I just think it's pretty wild. He's like, I couldn't imagine like none of the kids I know have like hooked up with girls. And I'm like, well, that's the fucking problem.
Bro, we were in junior high. The girls were into anthrax and they had their heads shaved.
Yeah.
They were sluts. They were burning their hands with lighters. It was fucking awesome.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
They were listening to Skid Row. They had jean jackets.
Yeah.
The girl in my high school was like 2 years older than me. I was 14 and she was like, I can't believe you're still a virgin. Do you want to go in the locker rooms? And I was like, ew, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. I remember getting
I don't think we should. Okay.
I remember getting made fun of for being a virgin by girls. Like, you're still a virgin? I was like 13. I'm like, yeah, I'm still a virgin. Like, I barely have pubes, dude. Like,
that says so much about them.
Stop trying to ditty me.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. Like,
she cornered me. I felt like there was no way out.
Why are all these kids gay and trans and bi and all of that shit? It's like they have no experience with sex whatsoever. Yet somehow they have figured all this stuff out about their sexuality. It's like, no, actually, just do. And again, I'm not advocating for a bunch of kids doing a bunch of shit, but like, do fucking something before you declare a bunch of shit about your fucking sexuality.
So I think what kids are now is when the thing at like a tourist spot where you shoot the penny down the funnel, and it goes around and around and around.
I love that thing, by the way.
Eventually, it goes into the funnel,
and it like
at the end. Yeah. I think something has happened to the shape of the funnel, and the kids are just going around the outside of it. Just endlessly spinning around. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm trans. I'm non-binary. I'm asexual. I don't even have any. I don't have any urge at all. And they just cannot.
I'm pansexual.
Yeah,
they're
like pennies that are putting off going down the funnel. Yeah.
They need to bring back. So now that Shane is sponsored by Bud Light, I think he needs to bring back Motley Crue beer commercials with bikinis and tits at the beach.
And twins,
remember
those?
Twins,
twins.
That's what made us want to fuck.
Yeah, the Wrigley commercials, with the Wrigley twins.
Get your skis shined up.
I mean, fucking Baywatch. Like it's at least coming back to Vinny's. They at least got it over there.
But no kids are in Vinny's. That's a problem.
Take your kids to Vinny's Day.
It's me getting a boner talking to Josh, not listening to him at all.
Was unrelated.
Just being like,
I fucked somebody that didn't look like Pamela Anderson in that same pipe room. That's why it was called the pipe down room. But yeah, this text exchange, the man was trying to simplify everything. Let's just fucking, and everybody will feel better. Because men are easy to understand.
Yeah.
And she was furious because women are extremely difficult to understand.
Right.
So to meet in the middle, I mean, I'm not going to make myself more difficult to understand.
Right.
I don't know how to do that. I'm a dumb man brain.
Right.
Women could be polite and have some common courtesy, like Miss Manners.
Right.
And maybe make themselves a little easier to understand.
Right.
Like, I'm not the one complicating things.
Right.
Dudes are binary.
Right.
Women are the ones with
easy.
like plaid onion layers of wants and needs, and they came up with all this like anxiety over relationships and attachment disorders.
Let's meet in the middle by putting my meat in the middle.
Like, there you go. In the pipe room.
It's in the pipe room. Like, it's the equation here is very simple. The equation there is very complicated.
We go out, get food.
Yeah.
You stay back at home and scheme with other women. That's all it is, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's pretty much
We're coming up pretty late here. We got anything else?
Yeah. I wanted to add the greater than and less than symbols to LBGT plus minus. Because they're virtue signaling already anyway, and they think they're better than everybody. So they might as well put LGBT plus.
Why don't we start ranking it within the actual acronym? So that we can start with the one that's the most important and then put a bunch of greater than, equal than. So that, like the G men are the very, 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 very last thing. That the G should actually go last.
Like
on
the
thing.
like the mathematical order of operations. Like please excuse me, dear Aunt Sally.
Yeah,
like
right,
parentheses, exponents, all
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And I thought of a tag for our joke about women crying in traffic and using tears as lube.
Yeah.
That's a real tear jerker. You know how people move to Hollywood and they change their name to be like more famous sounding and cool? Like,
Yeah.
you have a weird name. How the fuck did Arnold Schwarzenegger get through that filter? There's two slurs in there. There's a Jew slur and a black slur. Like, where the Jews like, well, that makes our dicks sound big.
Yeah.
So let's have Schwarzenegger be the most famous person in the world.
This is
The
where
Jews that ran Hollywood were like, Schwarzenegger, that sounds good.
this is where the
Guys, I figured out what Hollywood needs. I figured it out. I found him. After many years of searching, I found him. Yeah.
this is gonna work perfectly.
Perfect. And then I was just remembering Eddie Vedder today. One of my least favorite things about Eddie Vedder was he said something into the camera where he was like, I don't want to be famous. Leave me alone. But he's walking through a crowd after a show that he performed at in an army helmet. Like, you're not doing anything to stop attention being brought to yourself. You just sang a rock and roll show.
Yeah.
And you have on a weird thing from the Army Navy store that no one else wears. And
I
you're going to
look
look at the
at a store for
MTV
you.
cameras that you knew were going to be there and go,
yeah.
oh, I'll be famous.
Yeah, fuck you.
I'm just a normal guy.
I'm every man.
Everybody
I'm
just
every
leave me
man
alone.
in my army helmet.
Yeah, I went and saw them when they were here a few months ago, and he is exactly the same. Like, once they weren't that famous, once he basically made them not famous, because that's what he did. He turned their music to something that like only like hardcore Pearl Jam people would want to listen to.
Right.
He made them not famous, and ever since then he has been. I've become the guy exactly I want to be, you know, and like just the correct amount of fame where I can play to 50,000 people every night, but nobody at MTV pays attention to me, or nobody at whatever is now.
Leave me alone. I'm trying to
I don't
be
have to worry
normal.
about Spotify, you know that.
Yeah.
I got in a fight with Ticketmaster and I won. We went to a bunch of comedy last night, and all the hosts and all the comedians are yelling at the audience, more energy. Let's get energy. Everybody give me your energy.
Right, yeah.
It was like a dying robot from the future. Like, I need
Good morning.
batteries. Help.
Is that the best you could do? Good morning.
Let's everybody bring up the energy in here.
Oh, God.
Let's get
Welcome to my hell.
Yeah, well, we got through it.
Yeah.
We supported our buddy.
Yeah.
good for you guys. You're good friends.
Sunday night, hopefully Tony Hawk wraps up early enough for us to...
Sunday Night Creek. And,
yeah.
How old is he? 60? He'll probably finish
He's 60.
by 10 at
Oh,
least.
yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got to go to bed. Yeah.
So maybe we went to the creek on Sunday when this episode comes out, but
Futurely, retroactively, they took away Bill Cosby's achievements of teaching people that you can be a black doctor. And in the future, we went also to do stand-up later.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to work on Monday. I took the day off.
oh, that's good.
Yeah. So
Sounds good. Yeah.
So yeah,
We got plans. Yay.
Ooh, hey, little plan.
The bros are going to hang.
It's my birthday, and you have to come out.
Oh yeah, your birthday is Sunday.
You have to buy me a lemon drop.
Oh, I'll buy you at least one.
Yeah.
For my listening pleasure.
You'll feel it in your eye the next day. I'll make sure of that.
So happy birthday, Josh, 2 or 3 or 4 days ago. All right. Bye.
Bye.